Welcome to another episode on our channel. Doing the box before we get back to our World War II collection. I do have some figures I finally gotten the clothing for and the accessories for, and I can finish up with them, and we can bring that collection to a close, finally. But this was a pre-order. I have about a handful of pre-orders still in the queue, so to speak. And there's a part of you that loves pre-orders and there's part of you that does not love pre-orders. I mean, you certainly can get your foot in the door and get a hold of something ahead of time. That's kind of nice. You have to pay a fee. If you don't want it anymore, you do surrender that fee unless it's because of tariffs. They're making it more expensive for you. I think that's still in place with Sideshow anyway. This is from Sideshow. But the other thing I don't like, or the thing I don't like with pre-orders, is that sometimes it takes forever to get it to you. It may take a year, it may take a year and a half. And then you wonder, why? Why don't they just wait until they know it's going to be about 3 weeks out and then have the pre-order process take place? But I'm not them, so I can't make any changes there. But this is months, over a year, probably closer to a year and a half that I've waited for this thing. So I'm going to open it here. I like to open these things when I get them. This came from Sideshow. This is the only thing I don't like anymore about Sideshow. Time Walker Toys, if you get an item from them, this box is in another box and it's packed. The only time you get a box like this in another box from Sideshow is if you've gotten 2 or more figures. And then they put it in a larger box with packing on it. But if you can see right now, this thing is dinged up because it came only with this mailer box. And this is the thing I'm most concerned about. This is a ding that has broken through the box. So when I open it, I want to open it from the bottom here, pull it out. I'll pull it out this way. I will see if there is a ding here on the art box. If there is, I can honestly say that it occurred during shipping, because I can't imagine them getting these boxes from Hot Toys this way. When they came in quantity and were no doubt protected because they were in a larger box. So we'll open it and see what happens. Hopefully we'll be okay. All right, so you have this. Let's give it a go. This is a little flimsy, it looks like. But at least it hasn't been sitting on the shelves, since it's a pre-order, has not been sitting on the shelves indefinitely. Because if you go to Sideshow right now, you will find things that have been sitting on the shelves for some time. They've been out for some time. They're still on the shelves. You're already seeing them pop up on the secondary market when it's not sold out on the primary market. All right. So always open from the bottom. Here's where the damage is. Let's see what happens here. It's going to be a Star Wars figure. And this is, oh, of course, it's the front. For any damage, I can't see any damage yet. But this is Shin Hati. Hati? All right. So remember, it's the front. Sometimes you can't see the damage until you open up the outside plastic. Let's hope and pray. So far, I don't see any damage, so I think I'm okay. Fingers crossed. Oops. Tape on there. Okay. And I think if I get it upside up, I think I'm okay. Let's see. I don't feel any damage. Let's see if any angles, surface, or damage. I think we're okay. There's some damage at the top.
Top one.
Top corner. Oh, God. Yeah, right here. You know, they're starting to compensate for at least some recent figures, but not Star War figures anyway, but they're using plastic slipovers, and there's no way you can really ding those things. They're very resilient, but there is a ding here. You can see it, I'm sure, as I turn it around. That side looks, other than the ding here, that side looks good. Looks good here. Of course, the back is perfect. And this side is pretty good too, it looks like. But of course, it's the front. The only thing. And it's weird because the ding was here. But it's curious. Oh. Okay. There you go. Okay, can you see? Can you see right here the dinging that took place?
One or two.
Right there on that corner. It's also on this corner. So also on this corner. There's even some here. I mean, it's like, where didn't it get dinged? But the corners are usually the ones that suffer the most. Then that begs to ask the question, why don't they use those little corner edges or foam insert slightly, just even thin foam, just a little foam, make the box a little skinnier, little foam to fit into the mailer box. If they're only going to use the mailer box to send it, and we know the postal services being what they are, that sometimes you're going to get the dinged up box. Where are the dings most likely to occur? On the corners. Just a little thin, doesn't even have to be thick, corner thing that can go on each corner would serve wonders in protecting your box. That's a shame. Anyway, enough of that. It's my pet peeve when it comes to things. And I've seen it more and more with Sideshow, which is disheartening. I haven't had a problem with Time Walker toys. So, oh, there is a little ding here. I don't know if you can see it. Aha, there it is, right here. Whee, boop. Boop, boop, boop. See it? So that lines up with, hate to keep droning on and on about this, but it just drives me crazy. That does line up with this thing here. You can see it. All right. Anyway, what can you do? The most important thing is the figure. That's why I'm not such a, I don't know, an advocate for art boxes anymore. It's like, at least unfortunately, from Sideshow, I can't remember the last time I got a perfectly intact box from them. Beautiful artwork. Hot Show does go all out with their Star Wars figures. They seem to be in the same types of boxes. I love these boxes. Black, grays, in the picture of the figure, this little piece that goes along the bottom, I think makes it pop a little bit more. Love it. And then additional artwork here. And then these things just come out very easily. And then you have your figure. So let's see what we have. So frustrated with the end of the box. And then the front, of course. All right. Anyway, let's open it up. They used to tape these things up, which didn't really make any sense. It's not like anything's going to jump out of the box. These things fit so tightly as is. So I'm glad they don't do that anymore. She looks great. But something strange is going on here. Do you see that? I don't think that's part of, it looks like super glue or some substance that went on it. We are back, and I am relieved because this apparently is supposed to be here, this stain. So I'm relieved in one sense, but I'm disappointed in another sense because I don't like the stain. But it's supposed to be there. It's not a manufacturer defect. So I do love her outfit. We'll talk about that in a bit, but let's see what she has in terms of the complete package. She has two gripping hands. They're slightly different, which is kind of cool. One's for the right hand, one's for the left hand. So we can turn them around. You can see the design on the top of the hand. So one is a little bit of a larger grip, but again, one's for the right hand, one's for the left hand. Then she has a creepy hand, what I call a creepy hand. It's just kind of curved in a creepy sort of way. It's this hand. And maybe you can see the creepiness a little more from the side. I don't know. But to me, it's creepy. And she has a left hand. That was the right hand. Left hand that the fingers are together. So it's just like this. Just together. And it's again for the left hand. And then another left hand one where it's kind of like this. So I don't know. I don't think it means love. I don't think it means loser. I have no idea. It's just a different configured hand position. I think it's kind of cool, actually. There's the side and the back. And the hands that she has on are very relaxed. And you can see the designs that match the forearm armor and the leg armor and the armor that's velcroed on the shoulders and the sides. She has this piece, which is used to adjust her eyes, but personally, these things I find fairly useless. I like to do it with my finger. I can get much more control that way. She has this droid item here that it comes apart, goes together, and can just stand next to her if you want it to be in the scene with her. It's pretty cool looking. She has a little hologram, but it is really, really tiny. It would not survive in this household, I can tell you that. It is so tiny, a cat could easily knock it off. And it just would disappear. Lots of luck finding it. So small you can't put anything on it, actually. Then you have the hilt, one of the hilts, which is really cool looking. It has a nice, almost bone, slightly darker than bone look, but it just has a nice shade to it. I like it a lot. This is the one that would attach to her belt, just like that. She has another one that can light up, so you would have to use this USB port thing and this thing with a wire attached to it. It doesn't come with a cable for the power source. You'd have to provide that yourself. But it does seem to distribute the light fairly evenly when you get everything attached together. So I don't know if you can see the light here. You can see it a little bit, right? So here it is, not lit up. And here it is, lit up. So it's a nice, even distribution of light. So you can use that with this one, or you can use the one that's more of the movement-oriented one, which, you know, zzz, zzz, zzz. I don't like this one myself. But personally, I don't see using this. I just wish they would just make it. I just don't see the use of having something light up. How many times are you going to use it, actually? If they just made it brighter or more neon-like, I think that would be sufficient. Regardless, it is an option if you like that option. The way you can attach it is one of two ways. You can use this piece here, which is something that can slide over like a belt. So you just put it in, it's like this, and then you just hook it over the belt. Or you can use this more U-shaped item. Hopefully I won't drop it. That can go on the inside. And then what you would do, let me take this off a second. Actually, it's easier if you put it on first. You put it on the stand. Instead of the belt, it goes on the stand. And then this just slips on. Just like that. Again, I just don't see myself using it personally myself. But once it's on, it's definitely on. It's not going to fall off. So the only other thing that we need to know is that she comes with rope, and it's wired, so you can shape it. And you can bet I'm going to have the robe on her. So, yeah, because I love robes. And she's going to look awesome with this robe on. So we'll pause and get her into a pose and do some close-ups from the bottom of the stand all the way up to the top of her head. And then we'll do some side-to-side shots, close-up of her face, side to side, and then we'll get her on a rotating tray, and I'll talk a little bit about her, the actress who plays Shin Hati, and that would be Ivanna, I want to say Sakhno. Sakhno, that's it. So we'll be right back. So here is the stand to Shin Hati. At the very bottom on the left side of her body, I've got the hologram on its edge. You can see how tiny that thing is. I just wanted you guys to get a little perspective on the size. So she has very nicely brown weathered-like boots. She's got the armor that is kind of scratched up and a little battle weary. The droid that's coming into view, the stain there that is supposed to be there. I did put the hilt on that is without the power source. You can see the armor on the sides, the layering of the clothing, the tight fit of the clothing, the cape that's just nicely positioned with the wiring. The forearm armor, I've got hands on her, got her holding the hilt that has the attachment that lights up. I decided I wanted the hilt on her belt as well as a hilt in her hand. I think that looks a lot better. You can see the head, the hair, and there's a little braid of hair coming down on the right side of her head. So, yeah, it's an absolutely fantastic figure. We'll pause now and get side-to-side shots. I actually love this figure. So we'll just go side to side. So you can see the hand that I chose was this hand for the left hand. And the gripping hand for her right hand. I just love the colors on her and the head sculpt. The facial features are absolutely adorable. So we'll pause now and get some close-ups of the head sculpt. So let's just go side to side here. I do need to get another rotating tray. This tends to jiggle a little bit at times. But these facial features are just, again, absolutely adorable. I love the braided little strand on the right side of her hairline. Just nicely done. So there you go. We are back, and there's not a whole lot of information I have on Ivanna Sakhno. She's a very, very private person and protects her privacy with a passion, apparently. She is Ukrainian. She was born in Kiev, Ukraine, and always wanted to be an actress and became quite popular in Ukraine as an actress and activist. Her parents were both into filmmaking, her mother a director, her father into cinematography. Her brother was into creating video games, They're all were very successful in what they wanted to do. She wanted to be an actress. Eventually moved to Canada to learn the English language, and then the United States, was in High Fidelity, eventually Ahsoka Tano in Star Wars. So the only other interesting tidbit, because I can't find hardly anything on her other than what I've just shared about her, but the only other interesting thing is that she has made a commitment to never portray a character with a Soviet Russian background. And this is even before the invasion of Ukraine by Russia. So during COVID-19, well, before the invasion of Ukraine, she was offered in some sort of Netflix series. I'm not sure which one it was, but she was offered a part where she would portray someone with a Soviet Russian background, and she refused to do it. So not only does she say what she says, she'll never do that kind of portrayal, but she absolutely did not do it. And I'm sure the money would have been nice. Let's put it that way. So anyway, that's what I have about her. She sounds like an interesting person, but there's not much to tell you in terms of what I know about her. Anyway, so here she is, Ivanna Sakhno. We are back, and I wanted to bring back Sabina Wren, portrayed by Natasha Liu Bordizzo, in conjunction with Shin Hati, portrayed by Ivanna Sakhno. And I do want to bring Ahsoka Tano back in. I know I've done her before, but I don't think I did any history on her, if I recall right. And for me right now, it's really interesting to get a little more into the character, the human being behind the character, because that's, to me, equally as interesting as the figure itself. So I want to do that after we're done with World War II series that we began a bit ago. So at least for today, I hope you've liked what you've seen. If you have, consider giving us a thumbs up and subscribing to our channel. In the meantime, everybody, please have a great day.